Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with how did I finally tackle this cat? So let me show you the back of this cat. This is what I was trying to figure out how to do actually in the patterning. And my stepdaughter was learning to do a Woobles. I look over and they had it in a circle. And so I was able to do that with increases and decreases. And anybody that designs amigurumi probably already knew this, but I mean, is it great? No, but I could make it so that I could actually write the pattern for this. But I don't know why anybody would need this pattern because this is for a specific cat. I'll insert a picture of this kitty. But anyway, he is super cute. He has been tackled. His buddy cat is a little bit smaller. I used a 4mm hook for both of these. It's because for this body, I was holding two yarns together to get like a better coloring. So that is what I tackled. Let me talk about the yarn. So this, I need to do a post on this. This is from this kit that has noses and eyes. So I did the pink nose like the kitty has. And he has this little white stripe coming down. Anyway, you'll see the picture. And then he has a striped tail. I did put a little, I forgot to mention this on the gray kitty. I put a little twisty tie. Let's see if I've got another one. Yeah, see, I always keep these. I put something like this inside the tail, not this stiff actually, just so I could bend it around and put it where I wanted it, so that it would sit. So he can sit. Wait, back. He can sit on his own. Sometimes I have to kind of squish his body a little bit to get him to sit right, but he will sit on his own. Like that. All right, the yarn. This is, the white is Barocco Comfort. I got this in one of my Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace yarn hauls. It's a Barocco Comfort, 50% nylon, 50% superfine acrylic. Sorry, this superfine nylon as well. It's very soft. It's like a chain spun. You can see I need to redo my nails, huh? All right. 5mm hook, 5.5mm knitting needles, or 5mm knitting needles. This is colorway chalk, machine wash, inside out. That's not going to happen. Tumble dry, low heat. Do not over dry. Do not iron. Do not bleach. And pay attention to your dye lot. So that's the white on this. Parts of it, like here, this was doubled up since I was doing two together here. I did two together here. I believe this is a 4-weight. Does it say? Medium weight 4. Yep. Worsted. All right. That's the white. Oh, he is. Like you really have to squish him just right to get him to sit. All right. Sit there. All right. Like if you could actually train a cat to sit. And then there's his buddy. All right. And this, I've started some yarn management. Sorry about the wrinkles. Because I wanted to put all the yarn back. Because again, I separated out this yarn into the colors. This is Worsted Gradients. And the color is Pumpkin Patch by Hirschner's. Very much like the gradients that they do. I would call it striping, but I don't know. Some of the runs maybe aren't long enough to call it striping. But I ended up pulling a lot more of that out than I needed to. And I only have little bits of the deeper oranges. But I wanted to put it all together. So whenever I use that color in a project again, it's ready to go. So that's part of my yarn management. I'll take care of that. But this is Tuesday. I'm very happy with how they both look. This guy sits on his own a little easier. Again, I kind of squish him back, and then he sits. I give him a big rump, I guess. Anyway, and this kitty has a little bit of orange on one foot, and like it's mostly orange on the bottom on another foot. So, but again, I'll have that picture in there. But there he is, all done. And then there's the coloring in the head. I don't know how well I matched that. The face is probably better with the stripes. The ears look good with the stripes. The tail is pretty well striped. But again, this part was swirly, which according to Uncle Woman, that means Uncle Woman Chuck, that means that it is marmalade and not tabby. So that is my tackle it. And all the learning I got to do was great. And figuring out how to design this. If anybody's interested, I can walk you through my thought process here. But again, this was so specific to this cat. But I will be able to use what I learned to do something like that in the future when I'm working something in the round. That was my problem because I was trying to figure out how to do it in graph like that in rows, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I saw the little circle on the Woobles, and I'm like, that's what I was supposed to do. And I think it was either Linda Snyder or Long Cool Woman Chuck, or it could have even been Margaret Songbird Creations that told me work it in the round. I didn't understand that's what they meant. Put it on paper in the round. Of course, that's what they meant. Anyway, one more time, advertise the full moon project sheets on Camille's channel, Camille's Creations. Always tagged below. But here's the beautiful coloring pages, and then the project. You can put project information here. There you go. So that's it for now. Well, this will be a short tacklet, and you'll see some of this yarn in yarn management. Talk to you all later. Oh, can I get an amen and thanks for coming in?